going on, YouTube? It's Sensei, the place to be. Chilling with Mr. A&D. Here to give you guys a Forbidden Door review. And joining me is not Deion Sanders for Primetime.
Yo. What's up?
Hey, we are back here. So, obviously, Forbidden Door happened this past Sunday. The exact date I'm reading here was the 25th of June. Yep. So, up here, I wasn't able to order Forbidden Door on that day. I know, and I know for the rest of us, I did listen. Like me and my wife was sitting there watching. It's more like roasting the BET Awards. Prime always gets Forbidden Door, and I was like, well, maybe I could probably get it the next day. Money was kind of funny, and then if y'all in the Philadelphia area or ain't just Philly, if y'all in the Northeast area, we've been getting hit by all of Prime's weather. So Prime down there in Florida, he just sent all his weather up here, and we've been getting thunderstorms, and our powers was going out. Like Pico actually sent out an email talking about, hey, your power probably will go out tonight, but we're going to fix it. I'm like, what? And that was weird, and lights was flickering and everything, so this wasn't safe to record anything. So we had to wait some days, and that's why you got our podcast is late. That's why you're getting all this content kind of late because of what was going on here, and Prime was busy and everything like that. So now we finally got time to settle down and give you guys a review or more of a recap of AEW and New Japan Forbidden Door. This is the second annual one. They did the first one last year. Noticeable people were injured, and Kenny Omega missed the show, Bryan Danielson missed the show, CM Punk missed the show. Well, they're all here this year on the show, and it was very ambitious last year, and I thought it was a very successful show. And I think this one was being sold by its two main events with Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson versus Okada.
Mm-hmm.
Right there, you can just take my money. Right there, I don't need to see anything else, and that's basically what happened because they kind of shotgunned everything else. Shotgunned everything else on this card. So we had 5 pre-show matches, and then the rest on the main card. So in total, it was a 14-match card. That had to be a long night.
Didn't seem like it.
Oh, okay.
Because it ended before 11, so.
Oh, so then what time did it get started? Like 7?
At 8.
Actually, according to Q,
the pre-show started at 7.
I'm about to say because he was saying it was still going on past 11:45. Because that and the awards was running over that night. So, I don't know. I didn't get to see it though. But
could have been 11, maybe 11:12. Could have been 11:12.
Okay.
Because I know they did have a press conference right after it. So the press conference like at 11, maybe 40 or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't see any of the pre-show. Did you see any of the pre-show?
I had it on. I did not watch it.
Okay. They had a Tom Lawyer versus Serpentico, and he won that match. The Mongol Embassy took on.
You know what? I did see that match actually.
Yeah, took on or defeated Chaos.
Yeah, Chaos is like Trent Beretta, Chuck Taylor, Rocky Romero, and I forgot the guy. Yeah, it was weird because like
I heard it wasn't great.
No, but they kept trying to do like this rift between Brian Cage and Swerve.
Yeah,
and it was like they was doing like the obvious like, when you duck and you hit them, and the person ducking you hit your partner.
Yeah,
but it was just done poorly.
Oh,
but then at the end they gave him a super stomp. So, have you seen him do the super stomp before?
Is that the one he did on Keith Lee?
Where they all had him up?
Yeah, on the cinder block.
No. The super stomp. because he did do the Keith Lee, I think, last week or whatever. It's like they do the Shield triple powerbomb, and Swerve does the stomp.
Oh, okay. I think I did see it before. Yeah, it's sick.
Yes,
I think it's sick. At first, the way you were saying, I thought they was doing like the high spirit, and he jump and do a double foot side. Do you remember the high spirit? The only good move the Spirit Squad had.
Yeah.
The high spirit. That was a funny ass move. Athena defeated Billy. What was it? Scars. She advances.
Billy Starks.
Starks.
I think it's
Starks. I don't know how she pronounced it, but she advances into the Owen Hart Cup tournament. She advanced to the next round, which was obvious. El Phantasmo defeated Stu Grayson. Like, Stu Grayson is still around. Okay.
Yeah, I believe he turned heel on Dark Order.
Who hasn't, right? El Phantasmo, excuse me, the Los Ingobernables de Japón.
Just put L.I. Say L.I.J.
L.I.J. Bingo. Okay, defeated the United Empire, which was Jeff Cobb, Kyle Fletcher, and TJP. So that was all the pre-show. Now going on to the main show. We kick off like the MJF said on Dynamite. He's going to start the show opposed to finish the show, and we start off with MJF taking on Tanahashi. Tanahashi is, I think he just beat the shit, like the body wise.
Yeah, but the fact that they knew that before they booked him in the match, though, it's like.
Yeah, and I'm just saying because you can tell, I'm just like the stuff trying to go to the top rope and all that stuff is it didn't look the greatest, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know if the top ropes in AEW are different from the top ropes in Japan, because like the top ropes in AEW, he fall from every single time. He almost fall every time. So I'm like, that Swerve match, he got up and like almost fell. Swerve had to get up and play it off, and I'm like, what's going on here? But and I know it's when he do it, he have his feet looking weird. So I think one of his legs, he probably can't put pressure on it all the way. So that's why it takes him a while, because that's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like as if one of his knees is hurting and he can't balance it the right way, so he has to stand weird. But yeah, he improvised it though. He go to the second rope, the Brett's rope. But yeah, he's beat up badly.
Yeah, he's beat. MJF won the matchup. Do you remember how the finish went?
He hit him with a diamond ring.
That damn diamond ring,
which you technically shouldn't have anymore, but
Yeah. But MJF wins the matchup. Obviously, MJF is going to win. It's for the AEW World Championship. This is the second year in a row Tanahashi been in a match for the AEW Championship, and he ain't going to win it. Next up, we had the men's Owen Hart Cup tournament first round matchup. CM Punk took on Kojima.
This was not supposed to happen.
It was not supposed to happen. It ended up being actually a fun matchup. Kojima slapped Punk into the crowd.
It was supposed to be Kenta though.
Yeah, well, Kenta pulled out the matchup. And
at the last
second. CM Punk is not liked in Canada, but you should know that if you are a wrestling fan, because that's Kenny Omega's town. Mm-hmm. Young Bucks from Canada too, right?
No, Young Bucks from California.
California, okay. That makes sense now. Yeah,
from Rancho Cucamonga.
Oh, okay. Yeah. This is Kenny Omega's neck of the woods. So CM Punk gonna be loved in Chicago, and you see how they hated the Elite in Chicago. Well, come when the shoe on the other foot, then he go to Canada. They booed him. What was it on Collision when they was in Toronto? But that was only about 6,000 people. We got 14,000 people there. Yeah, and CM Punk, as good as he is, was just soaking it all in.
Yeah, I think they're gonna turn him heel soon. What I'm thinking is that they have him win this whole tournament, and then that's when he turns. He probably trash talks Martha or something.
Really, I really think it's gonna be Ricky Starks
to win it.
Because I don't. I know you know about the Ring of Honor history. Samoa Joe's going to beat Roderick Strong on Collision
Mm-hmm.
this weekend. Uh, then the next match is Samoa Joe versus CM Punk. CM Punk has never beat Samoa Joe. And to keep that story going, and the person you say you want to work with, Joe has to beat CM Punk.
You know, AEW don't care about.
AEW does care about that. Unfortunately, probably care about it a little bit too much. And this ain't WWE. The AEW does care about that stuff. And they do care about that Ring of Honor history.
That's why they're gonna have Punk. It's gonna be his first time beating him is in this tournament because Owen Hart means so much to CM Punk that he's done stuff he's never done before.
Remember the whole big story in ECW about Tommy Dreamer could never beat Raven?
Mm-hmm.
Until finally Raven was on his way out, and that's when Tommy Dreamer finally beat Raven. They're not going to give CM Punk this win in this Owen Hart tournament in the second round. You build for something like this. For CM Punk gets his first victory over Samoa Joe. You may even have that at Wembley Stadium. You just don't know.
Yeah, but it's CM Punk though.
What are you referring to? That being CM Punk.
So you just gonna have CM Punk just lose on a random episode of Dynamite or Collision?
Yes. You say it's CM Punk, but it's also Samoa Joe. And they have that,
I know Samoa Joe, but I'm saying
but they have that history. And because first of all, if you're going to do that, you should. If you didn't want anyone to lose, especially when Joe is isn't he a Ring of Honor champion of something? I'm not sure.
He's the TV champion.
Yeah, you're not going to have your Ring of Honor champion sit there just losing a second round matchup in a tournament unless you're trying to actually do something with that and had them in the second round. If that was the case, you would have had them fight it in the finals and put Punk on one side and Joe on the other side and had
That's what I would have did.
Yeah, and had them face at the finals, and then you can really get a story out of it like, hey, CM Punk never beat Samoa Joe, and we doing it at the finals and make the finals a big deal. But they put this for the second round, so it's obviously some type of intention with that. So that's why I say Joe will win that, and but CM Punk did beat Kojima with a pretty bad looking GTS.
I mean, I would say the match was cool though, but like you can tell they're gonna turn him soon.
You say you can tell about what?
They're gonna turn Punk soon.
Oh yeah. He's I think he's gonna be Bret Hart from '97. He's gonna be a heel, and anywhere else but in Chicago, he's gonna be the hero.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like MJF in Long Island.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, but MJF don't embrace that. Because he likes to be the dick. I'm saying, but like Bret was like in Canada, he was doing all the babyface stuff because he was a babyface, and everything else he was a heel. Whereas I think CM Punk in Chicago, he's gonna be the babyface, especially when you got All Out coming out. And
also, he's gonna be the babyface all the time then, because they're in Chicago every week almost.
That's what it seemed like in every pay-per-view. But then when they got this Toronto,
it was just in Chicago. They were just in Chicago. Now they're about to go back to Chicago. I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's what All Out's at. They always make that annual, but then I won't say how he's gonna do because he 2 weeks before that is All In. So I'm just like, whew. Talk about booking a show. Fatal 4-way matchup for the International Championship: Orange Cassidy versus Zack Sabre Jr. versus Shibata versus Daniel Garcia.
Yep, this is the match I switched to the BET Awards.
What you know, Orange Cassidy would definitely put on some good matches.
Yeah, but like I said, it's still the match I switched to the BET Awards.
I told you, it's because Zack Sabre Jr., isn't it?
Yep.
It's because
do not want to see this man stretch people for 10 minutes. I do not need to see that. So
it was actually pretty.
And plus, I was like, I already know Orange Cassidy is winning, so I was like, kind of no point in me watching it.
Going from the highlights, it looked like a pretty good matchup. Daniel Garcia, the only one in this match that don't have a championship. But Orange Cassidy does come out with the win. The win this matchup. It didn't give enough time for it to really make this something memorable, but it's still good for what we got. Then we have the singles match for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Sonata, took on Jungle Boy Jack Perry.
Yeah, I think Jungle Boy was the bad. It should have been Adam Cole fighting Sonata.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that because they had Adam Cole going against somebody else, and then they pulled the Adam Cole match.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they didn't do that because Adam Cole was fine then, and I was like, well, maybe I don't
Well,
know.
probably, that was the last minute match in the first place, and then they just like, I guess we'll cancel it because the other guy's not of note. So,
But you know what? Also, I think maybe they didn't do it that way because Adam Cole would have had lost, and I think you want to kind of keep him strong, especially going in this feud that he has
he
with
would have lost against
MJF.
a nobody.
Huh?
The other guy that they wanted him to fight was a nobody.
Exactly. But you see that match didn't even go on, and I'm just saying they probably want to keep because he probably had a nobody in there so Adam Cole can beat them. Having Adam Cole in a match against Sonata, he not gonna win that matchup.
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay. I thought
Yeah.
you meant the nobody. I was about to say, come on, that's a nobody. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
no, yeah, he's not gonna win that matchup. Sonata's the fucking IWGP World Champion. That's not happening. So Jungle Boy had to step up.
I mean, well, let's not act like Sonata is a main event player. I don't think he is, but you know.
Okay, well, I
Sonata,
mean,
I will say Sonata is a project at the moment.
like, are we like Jinder Mahal project or like Batista project?
Oh, none of them.
Damn, not even Jinder Mahal.
No, he's better than the Jinder Mahal
Oh.
project, but not quite Batista project. He's more like a we're gonna try him out, see what happens. Because Okada just had the championship and he beat Okada.
Okay. Oh.
Like right before this pay per view. So it's just like they just be giving it to certain people just to see how they would be. Because like somebody named Evil had the title and he didn't do so good with the title. And then they gave it to somebody else, and they gave it back to Jay White. Jay White and Okada are like they're reliable pick. Like if anybody else gets the title that they don't like, then they just lose it to Jay White or Okada, and then they try somebody else out and they lose it to Jay White or Okada, and it's just a cycle.
Oh, that damn vicious ass cycle.
Yeah.
Well, you know Jungle Boy was going to give him a good matchup. He wanted Hook to be out there by his side, but you knew Jungle Boy wasn't going to be winning this matchup. And Jungle Boy lost the matchup. After the match, Hook goes to help out Jungle Boy, but then Jungle Boy is dead. Jack Perry attacks Hook and becomes a heel. So Jungle Boy actually did his first promo tonight on Dynamite. I didn't get to go back. I didn't see the whole part. That's the part that I missed probably when I was traveling home from work on that part. I think I am going to probably go rewatch the parts and actually do a review of it because I haven't done a review of Dynamite in so long. I don't know if I trust Jack Perry to be a heel. You know what I'm saying?
Me neither. And also, when he turned heel, he held up the FTW championship. And I'm like, why do you care about the FTW championship? Like,
yeah. That's their 24/7 championship. See, like,
just like you could have won the TNT championship, you could have won the heavyweight or something. You go out the hook for the FTW championship.
Exactly. So he attacks Hook. Taz, that's his son, and he's going crazy on commentary. I'm about to say, I thought he about to put Jungle Boy in the Takahashi Mech,
I don't think he could do it no more.
He probably can't. Taz is bad off. 10-man tag team matchup, which by the way got like the third most time in matches on this show. The Elite,
obviously EVP, isn't it?
Yeah, the Elite with Tomohiro Ishii and Eddie Kingston, because obviously K Omega's wrestling later on, took on the BCC with Shumioto.
I don't know.
Because they had, it was Moxley, Claudio, Wheeler,
Takeshita.
Yeah, Takeshita, and Shota.
I don't know.
Shota Umino.
Sure.
That's what Umino.
Umino.
Yeah. I forgot. Yeah, it's close enough. Okay, yeah. So this matchup here, Eddie Kingston kind of like joined this thing. He's basically trying to show John Mox, especially with having on Dynamite, that he will be here for him, but more so than the Blackpool Combat Club, and stop hanging out with these assholes. even in the matchup, the Young Bucks is setting up for Moxley to give him a double super kick, but Eddie Kingston jumps in the way and he takes the double super kick.
He's out for the whole match after that too.
Yeah, but it wasn't much match left to go after that. But
even when it was all celebrated, he was on the outside. It was like, oh, I wonder where Eddie is.
Yeah, the Elite end up winning the matchup. There was some hard shots in this matchup. Say what?
I was gonna say Ishii, the one that got the fall.
Okay, there were some hard shots in this matchup. Also, I think Takeshi took a back elbow that looked like it sucked. I can't. I don't remember exactly. I gotta go back and watch that thing. But I was like, this is a pretty hard hitting matchup though. But
I wonder when are they gonna pull the trigger for Kota Ibushi, because
somebody got to be bloody.
Somebody got to pick that man up, and if it's not, because this would have been a perfect show to either have him wrestle or at least come debut on.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see.
You're right. The Elite do win, like I said. And Eddie Kingston made the save on John Moxley, which caused more attention. Singles match for the AEW Women's World Championship. Toni Storm taking on Willow Nightingale. Automatically, you already knew that Willow Nightingale wasn't going to win this matchup. Love Willow Nightingale. You know, I love my thickums, but she ain't win this matchup at all.
Yeah, it was
not for Toni Storm. Because honestly, this should have been Sasha's. I mean, people would say this should have been Mercedes' spot, but she got injured.
Mm-hmm. But people was thinking like, is she too injured to even come out and like interfere, or just walk out? But I guess she is. I don't know.
Yeah. Toni Storm picks up the win, obviously. Then we get into our main events. Will Ospreay taking on Kenny Omega, singles match for the IWGP United States Championship. So that entrance that Ospreay did was awesome.
Yeah,
it was like the fall of Canada that was happening in that in that thing.
He used all Canada's moves too.
Yeah, and fans hated it. He was using up all the moves. All things, like it's even hard to go back with a play-by-play of what was going on in this matchup. When we got towards the end, we get more of the shenanigans with the referee. Will Ospreay goes and hits the one-wing angel, Kenny Omega, who does kick out. Doc Callis gives him the screwdriver to dig in Omega's head. Omega kicks out of one of, I forgot what the move Ospreay did on him, but then Ospreay does his other finisher. I forgot what he calls it. It kind of reminds me of that Angelo Dawkins double underhook twisting neckbreaker type thing. And Will Ospreay beats Kenny Omega and has a singles match for the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. From the highlights I watched, I was like, these men are killing each other, from the way he was bashing Kenny Omega's head to the announce table, the way Kenny Omega gave him the DDT on the steel steps, a 450 while Omega's body was like draped over in the middle rope. I was like, these guys are amazing. So to sit there thinking to myself, like, I gotta go back and watch this, because this could potentially be the match of the year right here.
That was a good. It was a good match, but there was one spot where Ospreay hit him with a tiger driver and dropped him on his head.
Yes. Okay, so you said it to me, and it was everywhere, where he gave him like a tiger driver. Don't ask me what number. Somewhere in the 90s.
No, so he got a T-shirt out, and I forgot what he called. He calls it a. It's not a tiger driver. It's whatever driver it is. It's a 93 that he put on 93.
Okay.
I think he called like Emerald driver, or what is Empire driver maybe.
Okay.
Maybe whatever. But it was the driver in 93, and I was like, you know what? He might keep that. He need to keep that move.
He might. Well, first of all, we just glad that Omega was not seriously injured, because he did drop the square on this. Say what?
He could have pinned and just shook it off.
Yeah, I know.
There ain't no way you don't have a concussion or something after that.
That's what Omega fucking does. But he ended up losing. Don Callis was screwed him over again. So obviously we're still leading, but I think we're gonna get to the blooded, huh?
No, I was just gonna say I do like that. I do like how Osprey has a finisher and he has like a death finisher. If that makes sense, like
You know,
how
in a
Undertaker
way, I do
has the
get it.
two. Oh, sorry. Yeah,
No, you go ahead and tell. I said in a way, I do understand what you're saying.
yeah. Undertaker has the tombstone, but and like if you don't die, he'll give you the Hell's Gate or the Last Rise. So it's like, that's like his like, all right, you're not dying from this, you gotta die from something else. So I kinda like Osprey has that. And the move that he has is look like a death finisher. So I kinda like how he
Okay,
only brings it out sometimes. He don't make it out every single match.
gotcha. Next up, we had the trios match: Sting, Darby Allin, and Naito from Jericho's past takes on the Lazuki Gods: Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Minoru Suzuki.
That's what I turned back and I watched him do the steak leg or something. I forgot whatever was on because
So you seen Sting get that 630 through the table on the outside.
I did not until I went back and watched it after because
Oh my goodness!
I turned to the BET Awards.
Yeah. Oh man, this thing was going. This thing was wild and crazy here. Like I said, I didn't see the matchup in full at all. But when I seen Sammy do the 630 the Sting on through a table, I said, "Yikes! What's going on here?" And like they had a pretty good 15 minutes for it. It was supposed to be the come down match before the main event. Sting, Darby, and Naito win. Other than that big spot, am I missing any spots? Like I said, I can't do a match breakdown of everything. But
no, not really. It wasn't really crazy because Darby Jericho not taking a lot of bumps, and also Suzuki not taking a lot of bumps like that.
Exactly.
Not crazy bumps. So Sammy did at 630 or whatever. That was kind of the big bump of the match.
Oh, okay.
And it was like different because it was to Sting, so like Sting taking stuff like that. It was like okay.
Gotcha.
And Sting said, "Oh, I like that."
He liked that. He said, "He said, hey, bruh, wait till Wednesday, bruh.
I want to do that.
Wait till Wednesday." Yeah, that's what happened. Brian, main event time. We have Bryan Danielson taking on Okada.
Yeah, and Danielson came out to his Ring of Honor theme song, which I love.
What was the Ring of Honor theme song?
The Final Countdown.
Yes, I did hear that they sold the rights away to this past week, so I do 20 Comics gonna probably get up on that so they could probably use that. And
now, I don't know if that's gonna be his main theme song or just like maybe his pay-per-view theme song. I don't know, but when you heard it, when I heard it, I already knew he was winning because that's like a death song. That's like Triple H coming out to King of Kings rather than just the game.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's a rap that King of Kings is playing. It's a rap.
So I already knew, like, oh, he about to win.
Yeah, ain't shit we can do about it. Sit there and watch.
Some people, now I'm not gonna lie. Some people, it's like when they go back to their old quote unquote gimmicks, he's like, oh, like when CM Punk went back to his Ring of Honor's theme song and the Ring of Honor outfit, you already know he was winning because it's just like, oh, you know. This is it. This is it.
This is where it's at, man. Yeah. Well, he came in here, and first of all, they hit all the greatest hits. Okada, this thing I like when he does the running splash over the barricade into the crowd on them. Bryan Danielson was giving all kinds of submissions and things like that. Somewhere during this matchup, Bryan Danielson got injured.
I think like the first 10 minutes.
I don't know where it was at, but this man still had a 30-minute matchup with Okada. He wasn't going to let nothing slow him down.
Yeah, I think this is like the first 10 minutes.
Yeah. And to my shock, Bryan Danielson wins by submission. He makes Okada tap out because he was working on Okada's arm throughout the matchup also, and like running into the steel post, things like that. And it was like, I don't know what the submission was, and I thought it was a counter.
It was the label lock, but instead of him having the legs hooked because he couldn't do it with his arm, he hooked the label lock with his legs.
Jeez.
Yes.
That's crazy.
And he kind of just did like the this like who does that? Like I don't know who does it. It's like he was flexing like his legs and it was like getting tighter. Well,
Yeah,
yeah. So he tapped him out that way.
yeah, Okada had to eventually tap out, and I was just like,
Mm-hmm.
man, I was not expecting that. I really expected Okada to give him, lariat his ass out the room and win it that way. I did not expect Bronson to win, let alone by submission. But
Mm-hmm.
even though, with them being said, this is still they can have more into the matchup. I think this is going to be more, depending on how serious Danielson's injury
Oh
is.
no, he is hurt.
Oh, he's hurt.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he got the.
I'm gonna show you the picture of his arm. Hold on, let
Oh
me find
God,
it.
if it's twisted the
Keep
wrong way, I
talking.
don't think I want to see it.
Yeah.
Yikes!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he out for a minute. Yeah, he out for a minute. Or
Because I think
go
when they
ahead.
first did it, it was a part of the match storyline. But then like he actually heard it.
Yeah, he was like, ouch. So
Yeah.
yeah, he's gonna be going for a while. But I'm glad we got that match out of him. And that was Forbidden Door 2023. I thought it was a really good show. From what I've seen, I really want to go back and watch it in full. I'm hoping because I don't know, they stopped doing. excuse me, stopped doing like DVDs, so I can't pick them up. And like I said, there's no way you can watch it unless you go buy it again. So I'm hoping that they do work out something with Max. And they put the AEW stuff on there like Peacock has for WWE, which ain't gonna be
You
last too much long
mean
anyway.
Max the one to watch?
Say what?
You mean Max the one to watch?
Yes. I mean, it would have to be on there anyway because they're part of Warner Discovery. They
Yeah.
work for them. So,
They just have a stupid slogan. It's like Max the one to watch. It's just
yeah, it is too. First of all, you didn't have to change the HBO Max. You didn't have to change it from HBO Max anyway. So, but there you have it. I think them trying to work out streaming on Max, and I think bringing up the old Ring of Honor and the AEW footage and make it like their own little section, like you do with WWE, that'd be good. So I can go back and watch the pay-per-views and stuff like that. And then maybe it's like, okay, well, if they don't want to do that, WWE be like, hey, you got the subscription, here you can watch the pay-per-views for free. They'll probably do a thing like, well, we'll do the pay-per-view on Sunday, and the next week you'll have it on streaming. I don't know.
I think if they do that, they will probably have to start with pay-per-views maybe like because they could do the whole library, but I'm just saying that's a lot of like Dynamite, Rampage, Collision, pay-per-view. That's a lot of hours. So I would probably start off with doing just the pay-per-views, and maybe if we get to those, because that's a lot.
I mean, it is a lot, but I'm saying, but as for the streaming services for, you put all the content library in there, and right now that you can do pay-per-views, and then you do Dynamite and Rampage. Collisions 2 is still new, and you do maybe Dark Elevation, and that's only 4, and then probably being the Elite. That's all. That's what they really got right now, and then you do Ring of Honor stuff. So it really is not as much as you. I mean, as you may think. So I'm like, so you can do it that way. It depends. It's just no guarantee, but I will for the high stuff that I've seen. Me going back and watching it, I will give a thumbs up to Forbidden Door. How about you?
I'll give it a thumbs in the middle.
I know a lot of the stuff was filler and thrown together, but them two main events I felt as though delivered.
Yeah, they was alright, but I'm saying they could have just still and they could have still booked a better New Japan versus AEW show, and they still don't. They still haven't quite done it yet. So I'm like, the first one was
I
cool, but even though everybody was injured, so I can't hold that against them. But it's still something is missing because I don't want to just see random people thrown together. Like I want to. Okay, I think I need to build up to be better, and also to exit. That's
Yeah.
probably what I'm asking for too much.
Mm-hmm.
That could just be me.
No. I completely understand where you're coming from on that. But guys, that's our recap review of Forbidden Door. Post any comments down below. How you guys enjoy? I know it was a late review, but I do want to get it out to you guys. I do plan on seeing Money in the Bank, and I probably plan on just giving it a quick review after I see it, because like I said, I'm going to be busy this weekend because me and my wife are celebrating our 5-year anniversary. So you know, I'm gonna try to get the content. I will try to get as much content as I can out to you guys now, and I promise we'll be busy this weekend as well. So we're gonna do the best we can. So post on the comments down below, hit the like button, the subscribe button, all that great stuff. So once again, this is NC, the place to be Joe Troy Mercedes, and not Deion Sanders for prime time.
All right, y'all. It's been cool.
Oh, that came off all the way wrong. And Nerd Coalition is out.